The collection of islands sits in the Mediterranean Sea, south of Italy, east of Tunisia, north of Libya, placing it in the middle of the migration pattern routes between Africa and Europe. Dalli is a member of the EU Committee on Migration. She joins me live from Brussels, but she's at the airport on her way back to Malta because of the crisis, the country preparing to bury 24 of the migrants who died on the weekend. Miriam Dalli, thank you for joining us today. What do you expect to see when you get off the plane in Malta in a few hours?
Well, the situation is a very dire situation. During the day, 24 corpses were brought to Malta. And it is a situation which, unfortunately, we have been facing for quite some time. And it is a situation which we have been speaking about for quite some time. But our appeals and our pleas, I feel that they have fallen on deaf ears many times. And it is only when there is a tragedy like the past two tragedies which we had in the past week that the international community starts speaking about the situation and the reality of immigration in the Mediterranean.
Who are you appealing to and for what?
Well, we are appealing for all the 28 member states to act as one when it comes to the situation of immigration in the Mediterranean. But I would go a step further than that. I would appeal also to the international community, because what we are witnessing today is an international situation. It is an international crisis, and I think that it is not up to one member state or two member states, mainly Malta and Italy, to address the situation, but it is up to all the 28 member states which form part of the European Union to address this situation. And I would say it is up to the international community as well to address what's happening in the Mediterranean.
Address it how? Take me through the steps that, if you had your way, you think could solve or go a long way to solving this crisis.
Mind you, there are no quick fixes, but there has to be an approach which includes all the steps of the whole process. First and foremost, I believe that we need to have stability in third countries, and particularly here we're speaking about sub-Saharan African countries and also countries like Libya. We have been speaking about instability in Libya for quite some time now, and unfortunately, this instability.
Yeah.
Yes, Libya is our neighbor. Maybe it is not the neighbor of some northern EU countries.
Miriam, can you hear me?
And what happens in Libya affects us directly.
Okay, there was a bit of a technical glitch there for a moment. We were talking about Libya being on the border, also talking about the countries where there's a lot of instability, which is driving these migrants to try to risk everything to come to the shores of Italy or other European countries like yours, Libya being the transit point, but a lot of countries like Niger, Iraq, Somalia, Syria, among others. So how do you address that instability? What do you think should be done? I'm afraid we may have lost Miriam Dalli. She was joining me via Brussels. Miriam, are you there? I'll give it another shot. No, we're going to try to connect with Miriam in a few minutes or later in the program, but I fear we may not be able to do that. I understand she's about to get on a plane and head to Malta. But that was Miriam Dalli in Brussels, a member of the European Parliament and one of the representatives from the Republic of Malta. I'm going to try one more time because she was about to explain her ideas about what could be done to prevent tragedies like this from happening. Miriam, are you there? No. Okay. Sadly, we'll leave it there for now. And as I said, we'll try to contact her once again. In the meantime, to